What's the deal, gang? Welcome to another Asian session. How's everybody doing? Yeah, no live stream this morning. I'm going through a lot of things. I'm going through a lot. Like I said, maybe one day we'll talk about it. Maybe one day I'm okay with discussing things, but as of right now, it just, like I said before, just some shit I got to deal with on my own. Yeah, we're back for Asian session. We had a trade here about 15 minutes ago in the Signal channel, right when we started hopping on stream. I didn't set up yet. I didn't even schedule my stream at that point. Well, I did. I just scheduled it, and we were setting up here. So what happened was we go on the smaller time frame here. We had this drive right here. We closed at about 25, 30 pips. It came back, stacked us at BE, and then it ran up again. So, yeah, I mean, I'll deal with it. Life goes on, and we just, you know, we become that much stronger for it. And eventually, there's a reason we become that much stronger. We just to be the rock for other people, right? So what's happening right now is life's building a rock out of me, molding a rock. I'm going to be a really awesome person to know in about 10 to 15 years. I'm already a great person to know, but in about 10 to 15 years, I'm going to be that person that, like, you need a rock, Wix. So, I get it. I know our purpose. Give me a sec, chat. More people at the Zoom door. Welcome. Diamond, yeah. 100%. 100%. Like that. Just like that. The Scarface line. You need people like me. Let's fill it up. Let's get some more people in here. Let's fill it up. We already took a W. Got 26 pips on the board here. And got a bunch of people waiting at the Zoom door to come in. So hop in. Let's fill it up. I don't even know you personally, but I watch your streams enough to know you're a great dude, bro. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, life be lifing. Life be lifing, which doesn't make me any more special than you, right? We all life. We all life. Anyway, thank you, gang, for being here. Thank you for putting your trust in me for another session. And we're gonna kick it off here. We're gonna get it rocking, right? Let's get rid of all our levels. We keep it rocking. Daily. Closed above the previous all-time highs. We're in all-time high territory. We're at 4,600 here. Tapped 4,600. We're well on our way to 5K, and probably to 25K over the next 10 years, over the next decade or so. Got a nice 30 closure, leg candle. Ideally, you want a bottom wick before coming up here. For this 30, some decent levels here. We're also gonna have a position. I'm gonna have a buy limit here. I want to see what the stops are. These might be a bit massive though. 95. What if we get it down at here? Let's see. Hold on. Our daily is bullish. Yeah. Our 4 hour is bearish. We broke all the lows. So there's a chance it can make a lower low than this, but we have a really good opportunity for a slingshot here. I want to. Oh, that might be it, bro. What are you doing? So 15, no bottom wick. We can't really take this off here. There's no stop here. What, 6 pips? This can just drop straight through. Will it hold? Will it hold that bottom? Nope. See, drop through it. Drop through it. So yeah. Let's take our time here with this. Really lock in that drop. There's a lot of room to correct here. Where's our 15? I believe our range should hold here eventually. We're gonna have a limit buy off this area, and then we'll go over everything. Now understand, the daily's bullish. We're looking for a bullish reaction, but the previous 4 hour did close bear. Don't over risk here. Don't over leverage. This is just a very nuanced trade, more of an experienced trade. Once this candle flips bullish, we'll obviously forget that. We're looking to tap this off the bottom wick before a top wick is made here. So this continue down here and tap us. Who likes tapas? Tapas. Be right back, dog shit of pants. Why does your dog wear pants? Yeah. If it gets tough, be tougher. It'll get tough if we just bottom out here and never get here, but that's about a 20 pip difference that I don't want to give up. All right, I really want to be in off that sniper entry here. Let's see. I'm gonna move it 1 pip, 80.3. Right there. We're looking for a snipe off this area. We're looking to tap this area and come right back up like a slingshot. Okay? Stops will be below the wicks down here. About a 75 pip stop. These are the positions that really supercharged our account. November, December, early December, right? December, October, November, December, that really supercharged our account off of there. That's really what we're looking for, right? And I like it because it taps into these areas right here, right? Those previous wicks. But there's a few supports here on the way on the smaller time frame, the 15, right? The 30. So we have the hourly down here, and that's what we're really looking to do is tap that hourly and continue up. But there's a 15, there's a 30 in the way, so those could be valid enough to bring it back up, and you have to be okay with it. All right, now it's coming back up. That idea goes away, right? A lot of people think the idea itself was your deservance to get paid, right? It's not like you had an idea, you did a breakdown, you analyzed. Amazing. Oh shit, I've never even set this up on my live account. I'm sorry, guys. $80.3. what do we tap right there? See, so we've tapped a 15 on the dot here. There. Not bad either. I'm okay with this, you know, recovering, coming back up, and then we can look for a different position in terms of a support. I really want to know if switching to indices like SPX 500 would be a better plan than to keep trading gold. I'm doing what I believe is better. I'm doing what I believe is necessary. I'm doing what I believe is more incentivizing in terms of its simplicity and the ability and its ability to pay. That was a 15 level. We're looking for a 30 hourly 15, right? And the level that we have down here is the 1 hour, is the 30, is the 15. It is the most interesting time frame. And when it isn't, we just grab a Dos Equis. And we wait for a more interesting setup. What else do we have in the chat? Yeah, dog shit her pants, man. I can't get over that. Get your dog a diaper. Do we re-break the highs there? We did not. I wanted to kind of re-break the highs now at this point so I can get rid of this position. Let me in. Oh, a bunch of people at the Zoom door. Come on in. It's 3 a.m. Keep trading or grind while others are sleeping. Oh, man. The grind is against poverty. Fuck others. Worry about getting as far away from poverty as you can. Use your code for an instant sim funded on top one. Thanks. It's going great so far. Amazing. Glad to hear that. And go get your top one futures accounts, gang. They're 50% off and they're instant funded. Did we re-break that high or just created that stupid top wick? Yeah, I'd prefer a re-break of the high there. We'll delete this buy limit and we'll concentrate on getting back up to the resistance. Is the call free? I'm not sure what call you're talking about. Daily. And you see where we tapped into? It was a 15 level that matched up with that daily exhaustion, right? For our previous all-time highs. This was the previous all-time highs. We've just tapped into previous all-time highs after re-breaking them. We can start slingshotting on the daily here. We don't really need to go any lower. Boom, there we go. So the rebroke highs. Let's delete that. Let's delete that. We're gonna delete it. Oh wait, pips. It's only 2 pips higher. Now you're deleting. What's the difference that and 2 pips? It's being principled on what, you know, on how we trade, and if parameters, like, this is what's called being a robot. Parameters are met, you act on it. If the parameters aren't met, no matter how much your intuition tells you to close, no matter how much you feel like it, no matter how much you think, if your parameters aren't met, you stay the fuck away from it, because your job here is not to have emotions, but to have variables that, you know, in an equation that decide things for you. Your job is to make sure when to apply the equation, okay? But your job is not to figure out the equation, right? It's the calculator's job to solve the problem. It's the robot's job to solve it. Your job is to know when it needs to be solved. Right? You have to worry about timing and let the computer do its thing. So yeah, as we started off here, the daily was bullish, right? We're looking for that bottom. We're going to daily and to continue up. It was lovely. This is very interesting. Like, this is good. But understand the daily did have a massive push. You don't just want a tip here. You want to be able, come on. You want to be able to retest these levels and fail and bounce off of them. The wick isn't really, well, yeah, price did tap here, and sometimes you get that tap and reaction, but it's not often you get a tap and a rejection. It'll react like it is, but it'll eventually re-break close to get to the actual level where the closures are. You see the closures down here? I'm not too worried about this opening. It's really, you know, I'm worried about this level right here. And let's see if this can come down here, retest these 45-60 areas and form a support somewhere there. You see, this is where we really got past. Good level here too. This is a level, you see that closure there? This is where we are looking to have our buy limits off there, right? We were looking at off that closure because that matches up with our hourly. 80.1, I think 80.3 I wanted, or 80.2 I wanted an entry. So same level, right? You go to the hourly, look at that. The hourly matches up there. That was the closure there on the hourly. So this is really the level we're looking to hold. But I believe we will eventually make our way back down here. And when we do, we'll probably have a buy limit there. Tell me the difference between different types of accounts. I got both. I have a funded here, which is, it's live now, but it was funded, and then you pass enough challenges. The funding companies are like casinos. They don't want your business at that point. They just tell you, hey, your game is, I mean, your playing style is too good for us. We don't want you. And they tell you you can go play at a lower stakes table, or you can, you know, or you can just get up and leave. Right? We'll let you play the lower stakes. And you can't max bet. Right? So the same thing here. The funding companies, right? If somebody's too good or gaming their system, they'll take you off the funded and they'll give you a live account. And my guess, they're probably copy trading my live account. They probably don't like me much in January, but they're gonna love me. Like, this is January. The year's just getting started. It's been a choppy beginning so far. It's been an incredible 4 or 5 month ride going into January, and then it's gotten really choppy. So it's not, you know, some of it is having to adjust to a different market cycle, new market cycle, and it's very, very. It's a very simple adjustment. The difficult part is catching the fact that the market cycles are starting to switch. So it's like a controlled sponsored account. Well, I've made like 30 grand in the funded account, and they breached it. They took away my funded and said, here, you're going live at 10% of your original funded balance. And instead of 150K, they gave me 15,000 live. And you know, that's what it is. And I have a live account, my own, which is with AMP Futures. So when the market goes low, you buy, then you sell when it's high, or am I confused? I'm fresh starting. You're a little confused. You're a bit disillusioned about how things work, and not because that's you as a person or naturally. It's just the lack of experience. So what I would say is, don't try to figure it out right now. Show up for a month. Show up for 2 months. You're gonna thank me in 2 months and be like, damn, Wix, I'm so happy you told me not to fucking trade. Just show up for 2 months, because I was really way off on what I was thinking, imagining, or like what my understanding of it was 2 months ago or a month ago. And some people will take this advice. Most of you won't. Most of you will try to get an account tomorrow and really go into the live markets and then blow a whole bunch of money. And then a month from now, you're going to be like, man, I wish I knew then what I know now. Because now I know this shit, but I don't have that money that I had 2 months ago. Right? You're going to blow the stack learning and have nothing to make money off of. Or you could learn for free and then drop the stack when you have experience and knowledge. right? Most people do not make it to the earning part because they lose everything in the learning part. But you got to realize it's up to you how much you want to pay for the lessons, right? You can get a Harvard education for free or for minimum, or you could get a Harvard education at Harvard prices. Hey, do me a favor, close that kitchen door and close the office door and close the door to the outside. Here, take the car keys. Can you please go wash the car? What? Why can't you wash the car? Well, you're only 8. You can wash the car. Sammy, how old are you? 6? Perfect. Here, grab your 8-year-old sister and go drive to the car wash. Here, I got things to do.
Here, go back.
You know how to drive? Oh, neither does your mother, but she still does it.
You can't be saying.
I'm gonna get in a lot of trouble tonight, gang. I'm gonna get in so much fucking trouble, you guys don't even understand. Hey, what did I just say? No, what did I just say about your mother? What did I say about your mother?
Drive to the car wash.
She drives to the car wash? Perfect, yes. What did I just say about your mother? Tell me. Nothing? Come here. It's all around, baby. High fives all around.
We.
Go.
Big guy. Big guy.
I told
On
you.
the pencil case. Big guy. Big guy. On the pencil case.
You're gonna come get a response from your wife.
Give me that.
I'm
your wife
waiting on a text right now.
and she's gonna be. And why did you tell the kids that I can't drive?
I never said that.
Never said that.
No, I gotta be honest with you. There are 2 women in this world that I respect driving, and that's my mother and my wife. All right, yeah, guys. Tomorrow, if you don't see a New York session stream, it's got nothing to do with what went on today. I mean, earlier today, it's probably got something to do with this Asian session. I'm gonna drop a post of my fucking setup all destroyed here, baseball fucking bat next to it, like a Louisville Slugger. Hey, do me a favor. Take your dinosaur and go over there. Stop biting. Stop biting me.
I'm making an app. You can't. You can't.
Go. Hey. Go. Come on, go bite your sister. So tomorrow, welfare check is actually valid, yeah. Wix, what happened to your eye? I walked into the refrigerator. I walked into the refrigerator, gang. Sorry, I'm late. Zoom door. Yeah, I got you. Letting everything in. So we're bullish with a hint of sells, right? With a slight hint of sells. We're very trends directional here, bi-directional, right? And I mean, we're good with buys and sells. It's gonna have to set up. I'm very bullish on the daily, but I would like the 4-hour to match that sentiment, which means we're gonna either have to close with no bottom wick or add a support, and the hourly is gonna have to give us that bullish volume so we can continue on the next following hourly. So I'm guessing a 4-hour closure based on the way we're moving right now. But if we're able to come down here and kind of and show rejections from this area, right? We've made this steep top wick, so I'm not too happy about taking limits here just yet, unless we see another closure with maybe a no bottom wick, right? Right now you're gonna get this celery play, and it can drop you down. So the way we're printing right now, I would like. Hold on. Hey, can you show her real karate in the other room, please? Thank you, girls. Anyway, I would like for this to start pumping here, but if we can kind of pump but not close below there and have this kind of wick, I'm looking to have bottom wick entries here. Off the bottom wick, and that will bring us back up. And at that point, when it brings you back up, if your candle is still red, your ass needs to get your eyes checked because it should look like this. And if it's still red, then you probably hit stops, right? You probably don't even know you lost your account. So this is what you want to look like, right? And the whole point will be getting in on this bottom wick if we're able to smash through everything, but still close back up above. Hey, gang, girls. I can't hear. I'm talking and I'm having a hard time hearing myself because you guys are loud. Me. Can you do me a favor? Grab Benny. You can go outside, go in the backyard, go by the pool, or go into the living room. But go, because it's really loud. And I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love it when you play here. I love it when you play everywhere here. Can't hear, so go good. As you get older, you learn that there's a big difference between that and can you guys just get the fuck out of this room? I wasn't talking to you. I'm making an example. Hey, do me a favor. Grab your iPad. Put it on charge. Otherwise, you're not gonna have an iPad. Put it on charge. No, he's gonna go. He's gonna go and follow you once you go. Taya. Do me a favor. Grab that iPad. Let me get it. I'll put it on charge. And I need you to go to the other room and grab something to me.
What?
Some peace and quiet. Can you grab me some peace and quiet? Like, how do I get that?
Dude, you got the jokes tonight.
Go to the other room right here and grab me some.
I'm literally laughing, bro.
Go. Sam, there's too many of you. You know this?
No.
There's not enough of us.
Where are you taking my computer chip? No. Hold on. All right, everybody out. Everybody out. What? No, some stuff. Hey. I'm gonna call you principal. Why are you laughing? You didn't get attention. Please get up. Bye.
Here.
No, wait, I'm in a little bit. Problem solved. Some of y'all having PTSD from that right now. Damn, the homie brought out the 1970s weapon, the 80s weapon. Yeah, let's look for support to be established here so we can look for some buys up. That would be lovely. I don't like that we rebroke that high and that we're celery playing into this shit, but okay. Any trades this session? Yeah, about 5 minutes after 8, like 8:03, we had a trade, but the stream was just starting, so the stream didn't catch it, but the signal channel caught it, right? So congrats to the signal channel for catching these dubs before the session started or right in the middle of our start. It was like the starting. Yeah, the stream was just starting, so we weren't really live yet, so I'm not going to consider that as a win on the stream, but Where can we learn your slang? Keep showing up to the streams and yeah, keep showing up to the streams and join the Discord. I think that's where the value is, really, the Discord, even the free Discord, right? There's some paid parts of the Discord, right? The paid chats, the Clubhouse chat, the Signals chat, the Signals community, the Zoom chats, the Zoom sessions right here, the gang over here with, you know, delay free action going their way. But the streams are where it's at. This is where I just give away value, and there's nothing held back here, right? I'm not gatekeeping anything. There's no like, oh, I'm not going to tell them this part of it because I need them to join for this part. Well, they'll never figure it out, right? But yeah, I'm just the free for all. You know what I mean? I'm giving you the answers as you ask them. Just help you. It's your job to help yourself and ask the questions that you need the answers to, right? Yeah, you guys have seen me at my best, at my worst, and then you've seen the grind back to the best and an improvement. You've seen everything over the last half a decade, right? All the wins, all the losses, big wins, big losses. I mean, everything. It's all been live. If you have time, go rewatch the last 5 years of live streams, right? Last half a decade of live streams, and you'll see the wild ride that it's been. You'll see every loss that we've ever had been made back and fucking left in our rearview mirror by far. It's a game of thousands. It's not a quick buck, right? But once you learn it, once you understand it, it's a license to print money. So I welcome everyone here, and I really wish you success because I know it's going to be a long, tough, difficult road full of self-doubt, self-tests, but you will persevere. Maybe not in this industry, but you will persevere because whatever you're going to learn here, you will apply in the rest of your life. This is this niche, this little, the sphere that we live in, right? It imitates life better than any other activity I know. You get every possible emotion that life could throw at you when you're trading. And in that case, it tends to imitate life, but at a faster pace. Not at a pace of 100 years, but you'll live 2 lifetimes over a week. You know what I mean? Through all the emotions. And you get good at this, or you take lessons here, even if you don't succeed here, the lessons you take here, you will take it into the rest of your life, and I promise you, you will persevere. Do you work, or is your job full-time trading? Yeah, this is my job. Like, what do you mean, do you work? I work harder here than any job I've ever worked at. Do you just use support resistance levels, no indicators? No, we use the EYES indicator. Very important. Very important. I've seen trading on and off for years. I enjoy your vision of higher time frames. I'm awful about going past the 1 to 5 minute time frame. It's not about awful. It's about putting things together. One time frame doesn't tell you the story. It could give you a hint, but it could also be lying. So you hear some shit from another person, right? So sometimes you could take them at face value. Most of the time, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about because they heard it somewhere else too. So it's up to you to go verify with like 10 other people, right? Or like 10 other time frames, or like few other time frames and levels, right? You can even ask Google to double check. But going off one time frame, off the 5 is the equivalent hearing some gossip and just going with it as fact. You know what I mean? You stream morning somewhere? Yes, we stream every morning, every evening. I didn't stream this morning. I don't know, like I have some stuff going on, so I couldn't stream. I couldn't tell you guys, and I couldn't tell you that I wasn't streaming. It wasn't the time for that. And so, like I said, one day we'll talk about it and maybe you'll understand. But right now, this is just some shit I got to go through. It's better to work at home and be with family than to be in a 9 to 5, wasting your time, wasting your life. It's better to be a 9 to 5, improving your life, than doing 10 to life, which is a waste. Right? So if you're looking for a quick buck, you're looking at 10 to life. Got nothing wrong with a 9 to 5, and some people would rather 9 to 5, but I believe 9 to 5 is is needed, but it's needed. You need a 9 to 5, not to stay at a 9 to 5, but use it as a stepping stone to the next thing. It's like minimum wage, right? Like when people hit minimum wage, like go work in McDonald's and it's minimum wage, that's not meant for you to stay there and be employed by McDonald's. Minimum wage jobs are supposed to be a safety net for you. So if in case some bad shit happens, you have a safety net that can bounce you back up. You're not supposed to get a minimum wage job and ride that motherfucker up. No. It's your safety net. And people just start, oh, minimum wage job, fucking McDonald's, I flip burgers, my shit, my career. No, bro. It was made as a safety net for you to continue moving up. Right? So you don't fucking hit stops. Right? All of your things have you tied to the system. Exactly. But there's nothing wrong with that because it's still improving your life. Right, Cody? You chose that because, first of all, you probably like whatever you're doing, right? So, but there's a reason you chose that. And it's still, at the end of the day, you're better off doing it than not doing it. You're better off learning the lessons, the valuable life lessons, doing it than, you know, fuck that. Oh, it's a 9 to 5. Like, no, I'm not trying to 9 to 5. Well, what are you trying to do if only 2% of people succeed at trading? What's the other 98% doing? Oh, this is my one plan A? The world would be fucked. You can't just have a plan A and that's it. No. You are setting yourself up for failure. Yeah, people are like, oh, this was my only plan. I always knew it. Yeah, so did the other 100. We just don't see the other 98%. You just see the 2% talking. But the other 98% are over there on their screen watching this guy like, man, like I could, yeah, you could do it, but the numbers aren't there. The stats aren't there, right? The data's not there to support whatever you feel. So it's not about your feelings, right? Things sound good in theory, right? But you can leave theory to the professors and to the teachers because real life doesn't work in theory. And there's a reason your professors and teachers are in school and not owning the businesses in real life or not doing the shit they teach or preach in real life because they theorize what would be great. They don't understand the execution that goes into real life. So they can teach you things that would be great in theory and maybe you'll figure out how to make it real life. But it ain't real life. Theory and real life is not the same thing. Right? Doesn't give financial. I don't do financial advice. This is all for entertainment purposes and for educational purposes, right? For you to sponge off of me. It's for you to use me because I don't want to be useless, right? I want you guys to use everything I know to your advantage. That's the reason I'm here. Cliche, but investing in yourself is key. It doesn't have to be trading. Exactly. But you being here is investing in yourself because whatever lessons you learn in this industry, whether you're successful at it or not, you will learn some lessons that just are going to be invaluable. You will not learn these anywhere else except life. And in life, it might take you decades. You might be 50 years old before you realize a lesson that you would have learned in trading over the next 3 months. All right, we're bouncing back up. Came back to that 15 level, bounced back up. Yeah, there's just some waiting involved here, right? We're mid-range. Let's clearly identify the support resistances we have here, right? The extent of our levels. The 25. Oh, wait, it's already 9 o'clock. How long was I talking for, bro? I gotta teach a class in fucking Japanese, yo. Nine to 5 makes you dumb because you're doing the same shit every day. It numbs your brain. I would argue that you are going to your 9 to 5 because you're doing the same shit every day. I would argue if you were doing different shit every day, you would not go to that 9 to 5. What the same shit every day does is create structure for you, right? So now you come into work and you know what to do, and it's the same shit every day. Maybe it's mundane, but it's also the reason you go back in there, and you're not scared of going back in there because you don't know what the fuck to do and what's going on today. You're going in to do the same shit you've done over the last year or 2 years or months, whatever, how long you've been there. You're going in there and you're incentivized by it because you know how to do it. You're walking in there, you're like a piece of cake. If it was different shit every day, grass ain't always greener on the other side. You'd be dealing with new issues. And I promise you, there will be times where you're like, this shit, I don't want to do it anymore, right? Because it's just like, I don't want to have to figure shit out every day from scratch. And the reason a lot of people go back to their 9 to 5s is because, you know, it's something that they figured out, and it's the reason people stay in shitty relationships. It's the comfort level, right? You're already comfortable. You're already comfortable, and you don't want to unseat that comfort, right? You don't want to get rid of it. So I would say the big reason of you going back to that 9 to 5 is because it's always the same shit and you know how to do it well. Okay. But yeah, investing yourself is key. You have to help yourself. It sounds like so it sounds so above. It just sounds so demeaning, like help yourself, bro, right? But that's not how it is. It's the truth. You need to help yourself. You need to have the desire to show up here, because I can't do it for you. What happened?
Give me her leg.
Oh shit. Give me a second, chat. My kid fell. Sam, you alright? Hey, Kaya. Bring me the knife and the scalpel. Sam, bring me your knife. Scalpel, that's a really sharp knife. Bring me the bread knife. Sam, bring me your leg. Come on. What did you hit? Your knee? Kaya, bring me a... Kaya, you hear me? Forget the scalpel. Bring me that steak knife right there and a hammer. Sam, give me your leg.
I know what you're gonna.
That doesn't hurt anymore? No? Alright. Oh, go. It does? Alright. Bring me the knife. No, I'm kidding. It was a joke. Put it away. He brought the knife. Yeah. It has a bump. Nikas, go. Nikas, go. Go. Damn, she hit her leg, but as soon as I said bring me the knife, she's like, no, I'm good. And, oh yeah, there you go. Daniel's got the right idea. I can't leave my job. I'm not financially ready to handle the pressure when I have the sword, and you really don't want that pressure. It creates, right? It creates those impulses, right? It leads to the impulsive trading that you're also like, you're all like nostalgically trying to get away from impulses, right? You all talk about it like, oh, I don't want to be this emotional and revenge trade and then be impulsive, but you keep building the habits, the impulsive habits. What are they? Well, you keep putting yourself in a position of pressure, right? You're under pressure to pay your rent, pay your bills, make some money. Daniel's relieving that pressure. And I'm not talking about fucking jerking off 15 times a day. I'm talking about, hey, you got 9 to 5. Yeah, you have a plan A, but you got a plan B. And guess what? That plan B doesn't have to take you in the other direction. It could be there to make sure that plan A happens. You understand? Plan A didn't work. Your trading didn't work. Plan B. You have your 9 to 5. That plan B doesn't need to be there forever. You go back to plan A because you can. Because that 9 to 5 permits the plan A from ever disappearing. So it's not like, oh, I just knew this was going to be successful. I knew I was going to be great at this. No, I put mechanisms in place. I had plan B, I had plan C, but my destination didn't change. What happens when you put something into a navigation, right? When you're driving somewhere, you're navigating to that location. Give me 1 second, sweetie. I'm making a point. I'll forget it. You're driving to that location, right? But what happens when you miss your turn? Plan B. What happens when you fucking go the wrong way? Plan C. What's your destination? Plan A. Doesn't change. It's just a different plan to get to where you eventually want to go. But you can't, if you fucking have this one route and you fucking missed it, what are you going to do? You need your plan B because you're going to miss your plan A's a lot of times in life. Life is not all sunshines and rainbows and work exactly to plan. You need plan B in order for plan A and and everything you want in general to be attainable. Do you need it always? Not in 100% of situations. Obviously, in 2% of situations, you don't need it. But 98% of you need a plan B, plan C, plan D to eventually get to your plan A. Yeah.
There's a kid outside in the front.
Okay, don't bring it in. Don't bring it in.
No.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Is it?
It looked cool? Yeah, I once saw a kid. Actually, no, I can't tell you this. Go. Go, go, go. When you grow up, go. Go, I need to work. By the way, you can take your iPad. I think it's a little charged.
And then could take Lily.
You can play right now, and then Sandy will play when we start driving, okay? Wait, how much battery is here? 25? Go ahead. You can take it for now. Go, go, go. Go, Shawna. Go, go. Slam that door. Close the door. Close the door. Attention, kids. Hold on, I figured out how to get them to close the door. Girls. Girls. Close the door. You think it's gonna work? Thank you. Awesome. Close the door. And the door's closed. I'm gonna like plan F or G to get an A while riding like lots of twists and turns. Yes. Bro said Japanese class, but it keeps the chat interesting. I mean, were you looking for a position here that I'm unaware of? I mean, maybe you are, but like, I'm not interested in anything that's going on here side by side. Right? We took 26 pips here. There's a big reason to join the Signal channel because the W's have been coming. Remember, I just spoke about market cycles. So the market cycles mean that volume. What I meant by market cycles, like the way that candles print, like everything usually prints very similar. Like the human psyche doesn't change, right? All that these candles are is a reflection of the combined psyche of all the traders in the world that are in the markets right now, right? And this is what the candles represent. So human nature doesn't change, right? It hasn't changed for millions of years. You know, smallpox is fast, evolution is slow. It does not change. What changes is the timing. And what happens is volume comes into the markets at different times. And you'll notice that sometimes you're like, oh, we've been getting a lot of moves before New York, or we've been getting a lot of like London session, right? Or London session move, New York ranged, right? So you know why you're saying that? Like market cycle is a bit different. Volumes coming in at a different time. So lately we've been having that volume somewhere between 7 and 8 p.m. right before Asian open here. I mean, sorry, right before Japan opens, but Asia opens at 6, right? So, I mean, that was worth a shit ton more than the sideways movement. Yes, absolutely. So you know, that's the value in single channel right now. We've had a couple of trades outside. I got taken out here on a celery play earlier today though, and they gave it a second chance in that one. But yeah, we've been having a volume come in a little bit before 8 p.m. and I think the signal channel's been the one seeing that. So yeah, we had these 26% of the signal channel, and right now it's just kind of since then has been printing side by side. Our position were buys on this candle right here. We had this top wick, it ran, but yeah, it made a bottom wick here first, then it made that top wick. We had some buys there, and then it rebroke the lows. So that was it. No, I was listening to what Wix was talking about, and nothing worth taking. Just nothing worth taking. Big reason why you heard me talking a lot was because there was nothing worth taking. Hey, gang, by the way, we're at 29.3. We're like a few subs away from 29.4. Can you guys help out? Please, please, pretty please. Yeah, drop a like, sub to the channel, but really share the stream so more people could get to know us, could find their way here, and could learn some Japanese. Right? Just clarifying, you don't have an open position, correct? Correct. If I did, you would see it on screen. You would see something like this on screen, and then it would get activated, and then you would see stops and PP, and you would see all that on screen. If you go to any of our previous sessions, there's a half a decade worth of live streams. Go to any of our previous sessions and just look how, like, go to like the last few months of sessions, and you'll see how it looks like when we execute positions and when we walk through it. But please, yeah, let's get to 29.4. I want to get to 30K before the end of this month. That would be amazing if we get to 30K subs. Signal gang, I appreciate you guys riding with me as well. I know it's been a little choppy, but I mean, I stick to our guns. You're going to see things really, really pick up in the next few months. I'll be here for the long run, absolutely. 40K by end of Q1. I mean, man, that would be amazing because I'm really looking forward to that 24-hour stream. Yeah, I told you guys, 50K subs, we're going to do a 24-hour stream, and we'll probably make them more often, right? Maybe we'll do them like every like 1K subs we'll do a no, every 1K subs, that's too much. Like maybe every 10K we'll do a 24-hour stream after that. We'll do some trading streamathons. I really would love to get people together in one place and not just fucking just chill. I like whatever we're doing right now, I'd want to do this shit live. I would love to do this shit. Like we'll do like, you know, a week of live sessions somewhere. Tahiti? Paradise? Somewhere. I'm in. I'm there. Thank you. Thank you. No, and don't enter now. I said our position was the top wick here, right? We took an hour ago this top wick, and since then, like, there's nothing else. The reason there's a difference between this top wick and this top wick, we were at support here. We are mid-range here. Very arbitrary. But man, yeah, just thank you guys. Thank you guys for the support. This community's been doing incredible lately. It's really built up. But the funny thing is, it's not even the funny thing, is the awesome thing is, community's really built up while I'm going through stuff, and I haven't given it as much as I usually do, as I have in the past years. And you guys have picked up the slack when I'm going through it, like, not trading wise, but like in general, life wise, and my attention has been elsewhere, and I haven't been here as much as I have been here over the last half a decade, right? It was rare to miss streams before. So, man, you guys have kept this afloat, and then it's growing because of the community. The community is growing in itself because of the community, right? And that's the best thing I could ask for, right? It lets me know it's not toxic. It's toxic free, and it's full of experience, right? And it's full of people that want to share the knowledge they gain from that experience. I couldn't have asked for a better gang of people to ride with me. Gang. I am not gang. I do not gang bang. I make money and slang that thing. I told you guys, that's the reason I go to the gym. I don't give a shit about being strong. I just want to look good slanging that thing. That's about it. Don't worry, I share your streams. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate all of that. Every little bit helps, because eventually it's a lot, right? So. Yeah, what a fast-paced stream. Like, it's just been these two candles. Really, remember I told you, your job in trading is to figure out the relationship of these two candles, because you're trading 8 to 10 Eastern in the evening and in the morning. Your job is to figure out the 8 a.m. Eastern candle and the 9 a.m. Eastern candle and their relationship, how they interact with each other, where you can find the edge in here. This is all you're trading. Look at all this shit, but you're only trading here. This is all you got to worry about. People are so concerned about what's happening here, what's happening here, what's happening here. You're only here for this. Worry about this. You're not here for these guys, right here. You're not here for this guy up here. You're not here for me, and you're not here because of any other traders, right? You're here for these two candles. And then you break them down on a smaller time frame, right? Those 4 candles, right? And that's all you need to be concerned with. That's it. Simplify it, because this shit is hard as fuck already. It's already a hard thing to be successful at. Simplify it so you have less things to worry about, and figure out where your edge is within there. Hope and pray whatever you're going through gets better, and man, I'll take every single one of your prayers, brother. I will take it and run with it, just like I think you should with everything that I'm telling you. So here's what's gonna happen. We're pulling up to the left, and like, I don't know, I've never yapped this much, but I've just yapped through the session. I mean, maybe I have, but our sessions were longer. So if I yap for 2.5, 3 hours, we still get a trade in hour 4. But like here, we had a trade in the first 5 minutes, and now it's been like 2 hours of Japanese. And you know what? I guess when it's good, passes by quick, right? Time flies when you're having fun. Well, I enjoy every single time I show up to the session. This is like my second sanctuary is the word I'm looking for. This is my, between this and the gym, like those are my two churches, right? That is where I find peace, solitude, and it's here. It's on streams, and it's in the gym. And like, I wouldn't trade this for the world. This is my healing, being here. And I guess that's why time passes by quick. But you know what? It would suck if there was nothing, no value being dished out, and we're still waiting for positions, because you would be impulsive. You would be jumpy, and you would be looking to take positions when they're not needed. And don't worry, I'm looking at the charts as I'm yapping. So if we see something that's worth taking, we will take it. Other than that, we're not missing out on anything. But if you're not here and you're not watching the charts when this is going on, I don't care. Like, I would love for you to listen to me. I would love for you to take in what I say. I would love for you to emulate what I do. Nothing I say, show, or do is going to replace your time on the charts. So even if you don't want to hear me, watch the charts. Watch them print. Watch them play out. Watch them go up and down and be parabolic and range and pull back and correct and drive. Watch how it happens, because you need to lift weights to train your muscle. This is a muscle. You need to let it observe and take stuff in and, you know, visually process the information in order for you to recognize it later on in the future. And if you're recognizing it, guess what's happening? Muscle memory. You actually saw something in the market that was just repeated. Market just repeated something. I could get the edge there. That's where my edge is, because next time it repeats it, I'm going to be ahead of it. I'm going to figure out how it repeats here. But you need time on the charts. You need to train the brain, right? Train the brain. And you need, nothing will replace knowledge that's guided by experience. I could tell you, you could learn anything you want in books. You can listen to me until you see it play out on the charts, and the concepts that you've learned, studied, heard from me play out on the charts. You will not recognize it. You will not memorize it. You need time on the charts. You're trading, you're paper trading, you're not trading, you're just, you know, you're out of the markets, you're looking to get into it, you're looking to learn. Watch the charts, let them print, zoom in. Can't figure it out, zoom out. Like I said, when in doubt, zoom out, go to higher time frames and keep it rocking. Watch the charts, let them play out, mark off things you see interesting or repeat it. And it's the only way. It's the only way. Everything I'm telling you is knowledge guided by experience. It's not something I heard somewhere and I'm regurgitating to you, because it wouldn't be valid. The only way I'm able to explain 100% of what I do and why I do it is because I've gone through it and built the mechanism, not because I've heard it somewhere and now I'm going to regurgitate. And then when you ask me a question, I'll go back to that person and ask them. And then when they tell me, I'll come back to you and I'll tell you. No. Knowledge guided by experience, personal experience. All right. So the 30 just closed. Look like ass and feet, right? Because we closed bullish. We closed bullish at this 15 support, and that's what a daily overlapped, right? We can go back to this level right here again. The previous daily high, all-time high, or previous all-time high, you could just say we just came back to it and we've tapped it and we've reacted to it. I still think we should come down lower here to a support, to the actual closure here, right here, right? 86, 70, 76 to 86 areas, but or 80 to 70 areas, I guess you could say, but, right? How do we do it? When do we do it? Right now, we just closed bullish, right? The hourly's still bearish. We've made a top wick, no bottom wick on this hourly. But the 30 just closed bullish at that level, right? That was a strong level. But we need all things to line up. We need everything to tell the same story. And right now, we closed bullish, but we closed below the most recent support, indicating that this could possibly be a resistance now. So are we ready to drive up? Not yet. Maybe the market drives, but are we ready to be in there? Not yet. It still has not, it's still, we're going to trust it to be what it says it is, right? Like DMX said, trust people to be themselves. Trust people to be who they are, right? Someone's a snake, trust them to be that. Someone's a good person, someone's a real friend, trust them to be that for all times in the future. That's your only edge in life, right? Trust those people to be what they are, what they've proven themselves to be. Same thing with gold. I love it because it's so technical, and I trust it to be what it says it is. This was a support. I trusted it. Boom. Buys came up, right? This was a resistance right now. It's not telling us that it's a support. It's given another confirmation that for now we are still at resistance because we've pulled up above the range and closed below it. Can we take sells? No, we don't want to sell after a bullish closure because there's a chance we fill the wick here, right? But we also don't want to buy because gold just pulled up but still closed below the resistance, so there's a chance we could pull down. And when the market's not telling you the same story and not the same narrative, it's just noise. It's making noise that doesn't make sense. It's got to be coherent, right? You want everything working perfectly in unison like a well-oiled Diddy party, and if it's not, then you just don't get in it. It's just noise. It's just a... Yeah, but... You know what the fuck I mean. Good neural non-gems, good information all around, yeah. I've just lived through some shit. You missed me this morning? That's because I wasn't on. I missed myself this morning, honestly. But like... Setting an example in life takes sacrifice, right? Yeah, right now we don't have confirmation of a buy. We don't have a confirmation of a sell. We see all these candles printing side by side here, right? Look at this. This is sideways movement. We're in a chop. What do you want to be? Right here. What do you want to be? Right here, right? Right? If you had your choice, right? If you had your choice of this, or, you know what I mean? This. Right? Or this. I would say I'd rather trade in here, right? In this area, in this green area. I'd rather trade in there than in here. So what are you doing when you're placing a trade in here? You're settling. You don't want to settle in this industry. You want to, you want that prime cut of beef, right? We're looking for USDA prime. We're looking for that Wagyu. We're looking for that Kobe. We're looking for that A5, right? We are not looking to settle for some fucking Walmart. Maybe nothing wrong with it, but we as traders are not looking for that. So we're not going to settle here. Even though New York stream, you still trade. This trade happened at the beginning of the stream. So we started the stream at about 8:15, 8:20 today, but the trade happened at around 8:05. So about 10 minutes before the stream started. I mean, we're still winners today, right? Like, I don't have to place a trade. I'm a winner for the day here. I'm going to show up to the morning session with it. I'm probably not really. It's probably going to change because I do plan on trading more today. I will have to run. Today is not like a day I can postpone. I love going to the, you know how lately we've been running streams. We get that 4-hour closure at 10 p.m. and I'll give it another half-hour to see if we get that 4-hour position. And we've been pretty good at it and pretty successful at it. Can't do that today, gang. I really have some serious stuff going on and I got to run at 10, but that doesn't mean I'm done trading for the night. So I'll be back at around by my, back at my house at around 10:30, 11, but I need to dip for about 40 minutes. And after that, I'm probably going to trade till like midnight till 1 a.m. Well, I'll be on the charts, right? I don't sit by the charts. How I work is I'm looking at the charts, nothing going on. I'll go outside. I'll smoke a joint for 15 minutes. I'll go hang out with my kids. Up, 15-minute alarm, 15-minute candle closing. I'll pull up. I'll look at I'll reevaluate where we are on the 15, on the 30. And if there's a trade, I'll wait for it. If setting up next candle, I'll wait for it. But if it's not, then I'll dip. And once again, I'll go about my thing. I don't sit in front of the PC here. I just kind of, back and forth. So I do plan on placing some trades because we're not going to be in this chop forever. And when we're out, we want to be in the drive. Or we want to be in that range, right? When we're out. I would be doing you a disservice trading in here, even if we get a W. It will incentivize you to do that on your own later. And I'll know it was a dumb idea because like long term, that's not healthy. You're building bad habits. And the thing is it's kind of like it's a false, it's fool's gold because even shitty positions can win sometimes. And that's the worst. Winning a shitty position, because when you lose it, you never do it again. But when you win a shitty position, you're like, oh, this is valid, it works. And then you go taking that shitty position, you take it as a new setup, and now you're constantly taking a shitty position because it won once. That's why I say it's a game of thousands. Nothing should be part of your plan, your trading strategy until you've done thousands of positions, thousands of different ways of managing risk on one position, thousands of different ways of managing risk on another position. Right? Game of thousands. Yeah, I hope to catch you guys tomorrow. Whoever's showing up tomorrow, I hope to catch you here. But we're not done here. We're not done yet. It's 20 minutes till I got to dip. And if we see some volume, I'll at least walk you through the position. If not, we'll take it to the signal channel and we'll look to have some positions in the signal channel throughout the evening. And tomorrow, there will be a stream. No ifs, ands, or buts. Tomorrow is a stream. Sorry, give me 1 second. I was just advised not to smoke on stream. No, I mean, I'm still right here. Who remembers Mortal Kombat 3? Whoopsie! Whoopsie! Bro, you do you. I always do me. What's your Telegram link? What is this, Mamba? What is this, Mamba FX? There's no Telegram. We have a community, not a Signal channel. It's a Signals community. And there's also a free Discord in the whole community. It's not a Telegram link channel. I don't need your sign-up fees and your money. I just want to be incentivized for giving out my knowledge outside of the markets here, outside of the charts. I'm gonna do some very. Actually, no, never mind. You guys don't need to know about this. Take me money? I don't want to take your money. I want you to invest in yourself. How about this? If you give me money, it's better for you. How? You just spent money on me. You're not going to show up? You've just spent money. You're going to throw it away? You're going to incentivize yourself to learn. My job is not to make you go broke in that incentive. Like, if you really think about it. You missed the joke. Where? What did I miss? Oh, send 1 BTC for the telly. All right. Well, yeah, I didn't see that, but. Is there a tool we can use to place the trades for us when you post them? Sometimes somebody asked me that. I was supposed to answer. Was that you that asked me that in the DMs? I completely forgot to answer you. No, there isn't a tool. If there was, you probably need my personal info for my community, and I wouldn't give it to you. So yeah, you can join the Signal channel. The only automation there is when it copies over what I do in my terminal into the Discord. That's the only bot there is. You can't have a bot that copies over my Signal into your terminal, because then that would be me basically managing your terminal, and it would be a 90-10 split if I'm managing your terminal, right? You don't want to give me 90% of profits, but I wouldn't work for less than 90% of profits. All right. Don't take this the wrong way, but you have convinced me to check out the Discord. I'm so hesitant because I started trading 2020 when everyone was a guru. I'm not a guru, bro. I'm not trying to sell you. I'm not a guru. I'm more of a guide, right? Like, it's like, I can show you the door. It's your job to walk through it, Neo. You feel me? I'm more of a Morpheus dude than like the Neo guy. Yeah. What funded firm are you suggesting? I'm from Philippines. Top 1 futures. Use code WIX. Get 50% off. What's up, WIX? For that 25K account. Finally got it. You're the man. Amazing. You got it a little while ago. You got it like over a week ago. Yeah, that is but yeah, I congrats, man. Write it up. And I want to do something special for some people in the community. So I think we'll give away more accounts. I want to give away like a good 10 million in funding in the next quarter. And by the time March is over, we're gonna do a lot of giveaways, especially February. Man, expect some Valentine's Day gifts. But I'm working with Top 1 on things. You're always either on here or Signals. Exactly. Yes, absolutely. Can you win again if you already won? Yeah. The only thing is we have a 2-week period, like after you win, that you cannot be a winner in any other giveaways unless you're part of the private community. You're in the Signals community. Those guys do not have that 2-week window because, well, they have it in the live streams here, but in the private sessions, I do the bigger giveaways, right? When we do our private sessions, just me and them and I, right? As Jay would say, he would correct me here. He would be like, it's them and I, not me and them. So with the Signal game, when we do the private Sunday Asian sessions, right? Like, so I tend to make those giveaways bigger, and those guys can win. Like, if you show up every week and win every week, go ahead, more power to you. That's just, you're lucky, you know, luck of the draw. But everyone else, whenever we do them right here on the public live streams, it's a 2-week grace period between your win and your next possible win. So if you won like a week ago, I think it's been more than 2 weeks since you won, Victor, right? So you could probably be in again. But we have a list here, and we go by that list. If it's been over 2 weeks, your win. If it hasn't been, we'll say, all right, congrats, but you can't win this one. Your buddy Jay would have a field day with me. I'm from Arkansas, and you correcting yourself stressed me out. Yeah. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Yeah, for sure. You got it. All right, last 15 minutes here, but What's the 4 hour looking like? Man, if we get a doji close on this 4 hour, it'll be annoying. Look at this daily coming up for that flip. See the daily and the daily wick, but that's a daily time frame, right? You can get that flip, break at highs by 1 pip and come back down, re-break the lows, and then, you know, get enough, you know, tap the actual closures here and then drive. So that can happen. That's why, you know, when in doubt, zoom out and you can see where you're going. But you see where, you don't see when. You need to zoom in to decide the when. And the when will be decided by the markets, not by the fundamentals that are going on in the world, right? Not by anything else happening around you, but by the candles that print here. This will be the when. So your job is to really figure out when, right? Your job is really figure out price action so you can know the when. I'd like to have limit orders here, but we have not had that closure here, right? That level, right? If this 4 hour closed and the next 4 hour wants to come up here with the top wick, then yeah, in about, you know, 15, 20 minutes, if you are able to close here, right? The 4 hour closes bearish. Look where that opened right there, or where that closed. So right here, and look at that top wick. Let's create a short position here. This isn't the position. I'm just for the sake of argument, right? This is what it would look like on the next candle. If we are able to close bearish here, right? You were looking for the fill of the wick. Oh my God, at that point, it's an hourly level here, right? That was the 4 hour candle whose wick you can use as a stop, right? That's an hourly level here. It's about an 86 pip stop for a possible 260. Are you ever going to take all of that? No, not really. Honestly, no. But that's really how the trade, like you're wrong above here. Your next decision making area, if you're right, down here. Okay. As long as it's 4 hours able to close bearish, and then it would be amazing if this one can close. If the 4 hour can close bearish while this 1 hour closes with no top wick. If you see this indicates no range to come up. It needs to be created and then come back down. So what's likely to happen here is the opening of the next candle, because of this bullish move to close out the hourly, it continues up, right? Green candle tops out and comes back down. This is what you usually see with a candle that closes no top wick. Next candle top wick and a flip back bearish. And if that happens, probably holding this resistance, right? That support that now becomes a resistance. If that happens, you filled the range, you've closed back below, you've actually, it worked out the way you wanted here, right? No top wick, no range, and your job is only this flip. You secure partials on that flip, you go break even. Once that flips, risk off the table, because guess what? Market likes to mirror the drives, right? So if it came down to this area, right, and it should probably, if it's going to come up, it'll come up from this area. And if that's the case, right, and that's why people see, oh, look, you got a head and shoulders, because it likes to mirror the drive down. The same way it came down is the same way it'll go up a lot of the times. So, right, your advantage point is here, the area where you could possibly come back the other way, because this can flip, give you that 1 pip bottom wick that we were talking about. All right, it flips, gives you that bottom wick, and the next thing you know, you're back on your way up. And if that's the case, right, you get that bottom wick at the end of the candle's going to look legit. When it opened up, it didn't have this bottom wick top, but now you've made it, right? You're at this level where you've driven up from before. You can see this up to here, right? So this will be your partial close off that limit. If the 4 hour closes bearish here in about 10 minutes, and we're able to come up off a top wick first. If that's the case, that's what we will look for. And hopefully we can see the daily come down and make a steeper bottom wick. And if we get this price action, we don't get that sell, but we're able to close above here. We'll look for buys, right? You'll get that closure just, oops, sorry. You get that closure just a bit above, like that, right? And then I think we're good to go right here to fill this range to the left. It's clean, but right? If we get that bearish closure there, and we're not able to get to a top wick, right? Let's say this top wick doesn't quite get to our level, but closes bearish here. What do you know? Onions, baby, onions. Right? This is what you're looking for. Okay. But right now we have 8 minutes. We're looking to come up to that 4-hour level after it closes. You see right now what it looks like? No bueno. How do I get in the reward? Just join the private channel or join our signals community, which gives you access to absolutely everything, and it's under $100. But you could join the free Discord and keep showing up to the streams. And like the most info you can get is on the streams always. The only tough thing with the streams is they're a couple hours and there's no format, right? There's no like, all right, first we do this, then we do that. It's just, you know, whatever's happening on the charts, that's what's gonna dictate our discussion most of the time. And it could be a different thing every time. It could be the same thing for a week straight, and you're like, come on, we've already done this, right? Love from India. Thank you very much. How do I get in the rewards? Rewards. I don't have a rewards program. You will get the giveaways. Join all. You want the best giveaways? Join the private community, right? The signals community. Where's the cool music?
This is a story about life, about struggle, about success. Not just mine, but yours too. Because whether you see it now or not, we're all trading something every single day. Time, energy, choices. That's life. That's trading. I wasn't always here. I wasn't always the guy you see on your screen. I started out just like most people, uncertain, broke, doubting the system, doubting myself. But one thing kept me going, the belief that life's biggest opportunities aren't given, they're taken, and I took mine. See, trading isn't just about charts, candles, or currencies. It's about discipline, patience, and the courage to bet on yourself. It's about understanding that every loss is a lesson and every win is a stepping stone. It's about the grind, the sleepless nights, the early mornings, and that voice in your head telling you to keep going when the rest of the world says stop. But let me tell you something. This journey didn't start with success. It started with failure. More failures than I can count. I remember sitting in front of my screen, watching the markets eat me alive, thinking maybe this isn't for me. But deep down, I knew it wasn't about the markets. It was about me. My mindset. My choices. My willingness to adapt, to learn, and to grow. The truth is, trading is a mirror. It shows you who you really are. It forces you to face your fears, your doubts, and your limits. But it also shows you your potential if you're brave enough to see it. I'm here now because I refuse to quit, because I learned to see every loss as a stepping stone, every setback as a setup for a comeback, and if there's one thing I want you to take away from this, it's this. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be persistent. Success isn't about getting it right all the time. It's about staying in the game long enough to win. This isn't just a stream. This is a movement. A space where we don't just talk about markets. We talk about life, about growth, about becoming the best version of yourself, not just as a trader, but as a person. Because the truth is, the charts don't care about you, but this community does. I do. And together, we're gonna rise. So, take a deep breath, clear your mind, and get ready. This is where traders are made. This is where dreams are built. And this is where your story begins. Let's get it.
I know somebody just asked for the cool music. That was the coolest music I have. Exclamation point signals for a signal link. What else do we have? Fourth live now. When do we see some trades? That's a lie, because that means you didn't stay through our live, our on Friday, which this is our first live since then. And that means you didn't stay for the live on Friday. That means the last live that I had was a 4-hour live stream where we had a position at the very end of the live stream. You probably just didn't stay all the way to the end. You probably were there for 3.5 hours. But we're not going to go and trade based on you. We're going to go based on the markets. And I know you guys think that the water level rises when you get out the ocean, right? Or drops when you get out the ocean, but you don't make that much of an impact. Markets do. We have to go by the markets. So they're going to dictate when we take a trade. You're not late. Do I know ICC? You're late to the session, but you're not late to a trade. There was none in the stream. There was some right before stream, because that's just when it's set up. So the signal channel 8. You don't believe me? Ask the signal channel. 90% of them are in here. Do you know ICC? No, I know of ICC. Just like his name just went out of my head. Sai. Just like Sai probably knows of me, but not me. $90 seconds here. I gotta run, but it looks like the 4 hours closing, so I think we're gonna have a limit here before I dip. We're also closing below the most recent level, right? So the market telling us, yeah, I know the daily, and we don't really want to trade off the daily candle just yet, right? I know I see the bottom wick on a daily. I wouldn't mind having a straight drop here for a bottom wick, but that's a big drop that we get to look for buys here, down here, right? At support. Right now, I would really love a limit order above, to go along with this 4 hour. No sell limit there. What's the stop here from here? Again, I'm gonna accept this 100 pip stop. Right here, 4606.8. And this is based on the fact that we're closing bearish on the 4 hour. We're closing below the most recent level, and we're closing with no top wick. We could not have asked for anything better in terms of this 4 hour closure. All right, may the forces of evil become confused on the way to your house. We are live. We're looking to come up here. We don't want a steep bottom wick. We want a top wick to our level and a drive back down. We get a steep bottom wick here. I'd say probably 29, 30 pips. It's difficult here. I do expect a 4 hour top wick to be made, but we're going to need to come down here to these areas probably. I think if we get down to 45.93 off a bottom wick and no top wick, I'm okay with that limit. Okay, this is fine. What won't be okay is if we break this high, come back for that low. I'll have to delete this if it does that before getting up there. Yeah, I'm leaving right now. I'm about to dip. We're going to get this limit order in, and that's going to be my only position here on stream for today. Looks valid. Look at the 4 hour. We're looking to come up for that top wick. We didn't respect any support on that closure, right? We're below this most recent level at resistance. So I'm looking for that tap and continue down. Don't over risk because there's always that 10%, but this is what's been feeding us. Damn, this is a good 30 pips below the 4 hour level, but it's okay. I'll take that extra. Okay, as like I said before, may the forces of evil become confused on the way to your house, gang. Okay, if this low gets broken, like I said, I'm going to have to delete. Remember, we need the top wick. We cannot re-break that high just to re-break the low, because then once we re-break that high after that bottom wick made, we have no reason to come back down until here. Right now, we still want that drive on the 4 hour, right? We still want this bottom wick on the 4 hour. Stops will be the top of the wick right here. 103 pip stop. We can make it a 70 pip stop from up here, but there's a high likelihood we miss that trade. Let's see what happens. Looks like we're gonna get it. You look, no matter what happens here, you guys know what you're risking, why you're doing it. There's an explanation here, right? There's no top wick, no range. There's we closed at resistance. The 4 hours closed bearish. Every time frame is below support. No top wick, no top wick. All right, we're going to look for this 4 hour to create that. I'm going to adjust this a bit, about 5 pips, 7.3, I think. Actually, that wick there was 6.8. Yeah, I like our initial level. Go back to 06.8. You got that wick there, right? With this level, I think that's a better level. That's a low stop for gold. Yeah. 100, like we used to take 500, 600 pip stops. That's a fucking anything on 100 pips should be considered break even. 8 a.m. New York session tomorrow around 8:30. That we're about to be in a position here. May the forces of evil become confused on the way to your house as we take this position. Go get dressed for now. Party. Party. You there?
What?
You're
Something.
watching something funny?
No, no, stop being chaotic for 10 minutes.
For 10 minutes straight? It's pretty crazy.
It was being chaotic for 10 minutes.
All right. She's edging. To tap. About 5-6 pips away. Should be entertaining. Yep. Well, are we in there? Yo, Let's better activate us. Yeah, I'm gonna close this and market sell because that tapped our level, and I'm gonna close the position. Oh, there we go. We are live. Well, it was on the dot. We got a pip worse entry, 3 pip worse entry. All right, so stops up here above the range. We're looking on this account. I'm looking for this candle flip because I don't have a runner here. I'm looking for the 4-hour flip. Okay. Can't look for more than a 4-hour flip because I can't leave runners here. But the overall TP on the signal channel would be bottom of the range. Most immediate range, full TP about 270 pips there. We're probably never see it through there. I'm looking to close 4603.4 right there. And this is strictly based on the 4-hour. It's 1-hour levels, but the timing is based on the 1 hour and the 30 and the 15, right? But the levels are mostly based off the 4-hour and the 1 hour. I'm not really bad about the market execution there. It was only what, 2 pips off, 3 pips off from where we were. Point is, like, it tapped our level, right? We saw it tap our level, and then it kind of stayed there. We didn't get it. It didn't get us in because of the spread, that 1 pip spread. But once we were in it, we broke that high, so we would have been activated. Oh, we're live account got like a 5 pip better entry. Yeah, exactly, 5 pips better. These areas here, 4604, it's around 18 pips. You'll need to go the That's not enough for me. I know we see the 15 coming up here, right? But I'm really looking for the 30 and the 4 hour to come down and give us that bottom wick. How much did I see? I saw about 16 pips here. My signal channel closing partials right there at 15 pips, and I'm going to move stops to break even on the signal channel. On the live, I mean on the funded, I have not moved anything because we got a 5 pip worse entry, and I know the 15 can load up here. I'm really banking on the 30. I'm okay with this on the funded. I think we just hit BE on the, so we secured partials on the live. See us flipping here. And I'm not a big fan of this 15 flip. I'm going to close that out, minus 3 pips. So break even here and about 15 secured. I'm not a big fan of that 15 coming up for that flip. Once it gives us a top, you see that? It's going to, this is an advantage for that 15, so it's going to ride up. Signal channel, congrats. Partials, negative RR. I don't trade based on RR. This shit should still come down. But that's not how we want it to come down. We don't want this 15 to load up, right? We gave the 15 a chance to flip and come back down, re-break its own low. So I give it that first chance. If you look at it right here, we gave this, once it came down, we gave it a chance to flip, and then it re-broke its own low. Right? And then it started coming up. So yeah, it could hold. I expect the 4 hour level to hold, right? But we are very nuanced in how we read price action, right? And our trade is really this top wick to this bottom wick. And we don't want to be in here once this bottom wick happens and it starts flipping bullish. Negative RR, like I said, I don't trade based on RR, but this, you got to realize this is a funded account, a live funded account. My max I can trade here is 1 lot. So where I usually secure partials in the signals, I secure full here because I don't have a runner, right? In the signals, like, oh, there it goes. Now it starts coming down. But this is good for me. I made some money, and what do we close at? Hold on. Yeah. 14 pips. 14 pips in the live account. GG's got work. Yeah. That trade was looking for a low wick. Well, here's the deal. You're looking for this bottom. Look, I just did that again and reflipping bullish. You're looking for this bottom wick to not come back up until you're down here, right? But as it comes back up, because we have our entry where we have it, this gives us an amazing chance to manage risk, right? We're about break even whenever it does get up there. So we don't want to be caught after this wick is made. We don't want to be caught in that position. We want to be in this position before it's made, banking on the fact that this wick is going to either bottom out somewhere down here, or it just won't create this wick as the 30 continues down, right? As the 30 will continue down and the 4 hour will eventually continue down. And I still believe it will, but it just probably needs to grab a steeper high based on the 15. And if that's the case, if it needs a steeper high based on the 15, why would I want to sit there and let it create a steeper high against me, knowing that it's probability-wise, that's what's ahead now, right? Bottom wick's weighed, it's flipping. Yeah, I get it. Oh, look at this, back bearish. Bottom wick is made. We got in there before it's made. This is our position. Once it's made and you're married to it, this is where you lose money. And that's another thing we're going to start going over in terms of marrying the positions and do it before we take the position. So you guys know, hey, at which point it's invalid. So yeah, your job is to snipe that move. If that move starts coming back against you and you look at the smaller time frame, holy shit, bullish close, yeah, at resistance, but so we should come down. It gave it a chance, failed, now it's re-breaking that high. You're going to next resistance. So wouldn't you want to close it out? And if you really want to be, married to it, come back to her at the next level. But me personally, that's my snipe. As far as it works, great. We secured 14 pips. The rest is up to the trading gods, right? If the runner goes or hits break even, but it's house money, no risk. And then my favorite kinds of trades are the ones that are house money and no risk. That's how you stay ahead, right? The less risk you have on the table, the better off you'll be. The less trades you're in, the less risk you have on the table. The less positions you're in, less risk you have on the table. The less sessions you're in, less risk on the table. There will be no buys based on this 4 hour. You'll have to fill the 4 hour range down and create a support somewhere at the 4 hour targets before you can look for those buys. I mean, before you can look for those buys. The 4 hour needs to either close bullish or come down for that bottom wick and then reflip bullish, and then you'll get smaller time frames. But you're banking right now on the fact that the 4 hour will come down bullish. I'm sure there's a bunch of people that still haven't closed out this position, but I gotta run. Gang, another W. I'm sorry, let me add that 14 pips. We got a W here. The only W that matters, the live account. I gotta really run. Fuck, man. How many people we got here? Yeah, please drop a like. Please sub to the channel. I need your help to grow this community. Delete my last comment. Man, how far was it? It's too far back. Retype it again, man. I don't see it. Thanks for explaining that. Absolutely. Yeah, for everyone for everyone talking shit. You guys want to hear a dad joke? Good. I want to switch from Forex to futures. Do it now. The sooner you do it, the better off you'll be later on. Yes, it is a lot better. It was really like 17 pips from your limit sell, but I'm just going based on I'm going based on what the closure in the terminal, or whatever the bot gave to the signal channel, right? So if that's what everyone saw, that's what I'm giving you, right? That's what I'm giving myself credit. I got a pip more. I got 15 pips in my terminal, but it's that split second, the market moving, and that's where it caught. That's what a bot caught the closure. Why is futures better? That's a conversation for another stream, or for the previous 3 streams where I've explained why it's better. So if you go look at that, you'll be fine. Look, we're heading down. The idea was perfect. Our level was pretty much on point. Maybe we could have used this level. Remember I said they're another 30 pips higher, 20 pips higher. But that was a good level. Look, that level gave you over 30 pips. The idea is correct. The understanding, the narrative here is, see the 4 hour coming down for that bottom wick. You can't go anywhere past that high because that's where you're wrong completely. And that's where your trade is wrong. Up until price breaks this high, you are ahead probability wise, right? But your probability goes down based on that 15 coming down and then reflipping bullish, right? Once that bullish flip happens, so now where your trade was 90%, it goes down to like 85. You're still well ahead, but it goes down. So that's why we secured. That's why we're up for the day. We're up for the evening, and I'll be back with the same value and more value tomorrow morning. There will be a New York session stream. Promise you, gang, and let's really take care of business tomorrow morning, and we will have an Asian session tomorrow evening. So 8:30 in the morning, 8:30 Eastern tomorrow morning. We'll be in there. 8 p.m. Eastern for the Asian session tomorrow, just like it is every day. And Signal Channel, look out. I'm probably still trading tonight. I just need about half hour, and I'll see you guys then. Okay, please drop a like and sub to the channel on your way out. Please share the stream, help me grow this community. Mods, I really appreciate all of you, the community, the clubhouse, all of you. Zoom gang, thank you guys for rocking with me. I'll see you guys tomorrow. You remember me from 4 years ago? We used to trade live. Maybe I need you to show up to tomorrow's stream and we'll discuss it. I'm sorry, gang, I really gotta run. I got a lot of family shit going on. Yeah, chat, love and wisdom to you all. I guess the forces of evil did not make it to our house tonight, which is always great. And they'll try again tomorrow, and we will prevail. All right, gang. As for me, my time here is up. It's been fun, and I got to run. But see you tomorrow. And just like that, another Asian session is in the books.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Have a good night, everybody. Later.